slow this down ever so slightly. Pacho Ordonez swap passes. Left hand side is with Pedro Vite. USA have it back. Tim Ream. Tessman in the middle of the pitch gives the ball away. And Ecuador suddenly have a little break on here. Weston McKennie gets back in with a challenge. A little bit of a midfield scrap going on. The USA emerge with the ball. Ball is played left hand side. And Angelo Preciado has to take a couple of touches and go back to his goalkeeper under pressure from Malik Tillman. Aidan Morris picks the ball up in the central area. Has support from Robinson. Wider to Tessman. Back in field into the centre circle for Tim Ream. Tim Ream onto the left hand side for Arfstan, the Columbus Crew player. Chris Richards to Robinson on the right hand side. It's Timothy Ware. Ware goes infield to Tessman. Tessman finds Balogun, who's dropped deep again. Balogun, no way forward for him, has to switch it back to Tim Ream, who goes square to Richards. Little bit of possession here for the USA. Aidan Morris drops into a central area. Balogun turns, look to run again. Arfstan on the left hand side. Ecuador just chasing shadows at the moment. Arfstan lifts this down the channel. Weston McKennie makes a good run. It's followed across by Joel Ordonez. Throw into the USA, quickly taken to the feet of Aidan Morris. Nice little spell this for the US. Left hand side, Arfstan. Infield to Tessman. Tessman finds McKennie. Switched out to the right hand side. Shooting chance, edge of the penalty area. Forced wide. Cross comes into the back post, and Preciado tries to get it back to his goalkeeper. Can't do so, and it's going to be out for a corner kick. Good stuff that from America. It was Malik Tillman who danced his way down to the byline, right hand channel. Preciado tried to chest that back to his keeper. Got too much on it. It's going to be a third corner kick for the USMNT. On the left hand side again, which means Malik Tillman has come across for a third time. Referee again, just having a little word with, who's he talking to this time? Ena Valencia, the skipper, wants to get involved. Looks like it's Tanner Tessman and Joel Ordonez for Ecuador. And now Tillman can swing this in. Left arm in the air from the number 17. Ball in towards the near post is headed up in the air by Estepina. Only half cleared as far as Tillman, but the flag has gone up on the far side following Balogun was offside as he pressured the Ecuadorian defender. And Ecuador can just relieve a little bit of that pressure with a free kick right down deep inside their own penalty area. Hernan Galindez, the goalkeeper for Ecuador. Going to clear the ball right-footed out towards the far left-hand side, where it'll be won by Robinson unchallenged. Up the line towards Timothy Ware. And US have saved possession with Chris Richards, and they'll try and build from the back again. Richards goes square to Ream. Nice little turn in there by Aidan Morris, and Aidan Morris was fouled. Looks busy in there, Aidan Morris. Good start this afternoon, getting his start in midfield for the Middlesbrough player, plying his trade in the Championship in England. Morris again plays the ball out wide, looks for Balogun. Can only find Preciado who drops it off to Bedonyev. Pacho looks both directions. Nothing going on in front of him though. Back to the goalkeeper. Cleared by Ecuador. Throw in on halfway. There's been a 15 minutes with two halves here. The USA couldn't get out of their own half for the first 6 or 7 minutes. Ecuador really penned them in. And then USA have dominated the last few minutes and made a couple of half chances. Balogun looking lively. Throw is taken by Alan Franco, the right back for Ecuador. Switched wide onto the left hand side, where Estepinian goes forward, whips the ball in. Enner Valencia was lurking at the back post. Good ball in for Estepinian. Estepinian is a technician with that left foot. Enner Valencia couldn't get on the end of it, but does applaud the Ecuadorian number 7 for the intent behind that ball in. Seen a few shots here of Anthony Robinson and Christian Pulisic sitting on the bench for the US tonight. Pulisic, as I've mentioned, red hot start for AC Milan this year. 6 goals and 3 assists in 10 games. Goals on the bench as well. Haji Wright, who scored 8 and 9 for Coventry, also in the Championship, is on the bench for USMNT. Long ball forward by the goalkeeper. Possible chance for Estepinian to get in. Chris Richards has got across. Good tussle between them two. Eventually the ball's cleared by the US. Not very far. Out as far as Preciado. He can't get the ball under control. And it's hacked clear by Malik Tillman. Thrown to Ecuador around about 30 yards from goal. Just ever so briefly, Estepinian was the wrong side of Chris Richards, who did well to recover. Ball is in the centre circle with Joel Ordenyev. Back to Pacho. PSG player Pacho. I watched him last week in a 1-1 draw with Lille. A game that Kylian Mbappe's brother scored the equaliser for Lille in France. The US come over halfway. Little chance now for Weir to get forward. Weir, that's a good ball. Plays the ball down the channel. Tessman found himself in an advanced position. He tried to help the ball on towards Balogun. Intercepted by a Ecuadorian defender. Ball is out for a corner for the US. A 4th corner of the game. This time it is over on the right hand side. First one of the 4 from there. Malik Tillman is still the man who's going to take it. But this right footer will be an outswinger. Chris Richards, Tim Ream, both up there. Balogun sniffing around the back post. Left hand in the air from Tillman. Swings the ball in towards the edge of the penalty area. Headed clear by Valencia at the near post. Helped away by John Yeboah. And now Ecuador can break. And Yeboah drives forward. He's got runners both sides. That's got to be a foul from Chris Richards. And almost certainly, and is the first yellow card of the night. USA was stretched then. John Yeboah had got away. Did have support on the far side from Estepinian. Chris Richards knew that. Chris Richards tapped his ankles. Yellow card for the Crystal Palace defender. Yeboah stayed down as well with the I think he took the ball or possibly a boot somewhere, which we wouldn't care to mention here, but he's in a little bit of pain. Is John Yeboah. Don't rub them, count them would be my advice. Ecuadorian goalkeeper has gone all the way across to the technical area to have a word with his manager, Sebastian Bekasese. Bekasese cuts a dash, shoulder length blonde hair, flowing as he leaps about his technical area almost permanently. Free kick will be taken by Jordi Alcivar, right-footed, round about 35 yards out. Too far out to shoot. Cross comes in, is headed clear by Tim Ream. Only as far as Alan Franco. Played forward by Pacho. Over on the far side, Ecuador trying to come forward. Good interception this time by Weston McKennie, who slides in and clears the ball into the Ecuador half. "20 minutes gone here in the Q2 in Austin, Texas. It is the USA 0, Ecuador 0. Just a couple of half chances to note. Balogun forcing Galindez into a save. It's probably the best of them. Both teams feeling each other out, but the game's open. I think we will see chances. Tessman in the middle of the pitch, into the feet of Weir. Weir drops it off to Robinson. Back to Weir. Weir's slide pass through is intercepted. US have it back with the skipper Tim Ream. Into the feet of Balogun. Balogun's well watched by Ordonez. Tim Ream can tidy up again. Again, the US having the majority of the territory and possession. Tim Ream lofts the ball down the channel to Balogun. Balogun fancies his chances here of running anyone he's up against. Balogun comes inside, might risk a shot. Oh, good shape on that from following Balogun. He's a long way out, difficult angle. Shaped it towards that top left-hand corner. Was always going a little bit high and a little bit wide. It wasn't far away, certainly worth an effort. Balogun's been dangerous so far. The Monaco man. But it's still 0-0. Ecuador win the ball back on halfway and now can break themselves through Enner Valencia. Valencia not blessed with pace now, has to turn back inside. Ball is with Preciado. Ecuador switch it all the way over to the left-hand side. Slightly loose pass from Franco. It's tidied up by Pacho. Valencia comes deep and then looked for the spin and run of John Yeboah. But Yeboah didn't read it, and it's all the way through to Matt Freeze. Matt Freeze, the US goalkeeper. Another one. Domestically plying his trade at New York City FC. Pacho wins the header on halfway. It drops as far as McKennie. McKennie has to go back to his right back, Robinson. Again, a hurried clearance from US. Ecuador still trying to pressurise the US defenders when they can. Challenge is from Joel Ordonez, which the referee doesn't like on Balogun. Free kick is given to the USA. Marginally inside their own half. Little flick in the middle from Balogun. Goes for the return from McKennie. Was well read by Ordonez. And now he has a chance. Weir might be in here. Weir steps inside Richards. Chance, shoots, scores 1-0. Ecuador take the lead. Great finish. It is Enner Valencia, who is an absolute bagsman for Ecuador. That came out of nowhere. Enner Valencia with a low right-footed shot in the 23rd minute. Been very much cat and mouse up until that point. But you're going to give Enner Valencia a chance. He's going to take it. 6 goals in qualification. And out of absolutely nowhere, break was on. Lovely ball played through by John Yeboah. The key to that was Enner Valencia's first touch. He took the ball back across Chris Richards. Chris Richards was too slow on the turn. Enner Valencia had just the yard and a half that he needed in order to put a right foot shot across the goalkeeper inside the far post. Midway through the first half here in Austin, Texas, it is USA 0, Ecuador 1. Enner Valencia with a goal. USA gets back underway. Immediately attack down the right hand side with Weir. Ball infield to Tillman. Tillman tosses the cross in. Challenge is from Balogun and it's headed out by Joe Ordonez. Good response from the USMNT. Fifth corner of the game. It will be taken by the number 17, Malik Tillman. Right-footed outswinger. Towards the near post. Chris Richards shot. It's hit the post. Chris Richards has hit the post for the US. Keeper got down. Don't know if he got a hand on it. Still alive out on the far side. Cross comes in again. Headed clear this time. At the near post by Ecuador. US nearly with the immediate response from the set piece. Tillman's corner met by Richards. Come back off the left-hand post. Ecuador still lead 1-0. USA go close. Robinson gives the ball back infield to Richards. Back to Robinson. Tessman. Nice little triangles this from the US. Balogun does well. Comes deep, looks for the ball. Finds McKennie, finds Balogun. Balogun might fancy a run here, but Pacho is too wise to that. Pacho steps across the striker, gives the ball back to his goalkeeper. He clears left-footed towards Preciado. Challenge is made by Yeboah. Ree wants a free kick, but the assistant is given the throw into Ecuador. Preciado drops off to Alan Franco. As Ecuador just slow this down ever so slightly. 27 minutes gone. Ecuador lead here 1-0. 23rd minute goal by Enner Valencia. Ball is cleared long by Ecuador. Header by Chris Richards. The visitors have it back in the midfield area. Through Pedro Vite. To Ordonez. Ordonez goes up the right hand side. Heavy touch from Preciado. Not a great touch. Won back by the USA. That was good pressure by Arfstan. Down the channel. Towards Tillman. Tillman has just ran the ball out of play. Tillman wanted a corner. Can't see what the referee's giving. We're getting a little look again at this Chris Richards effort. Great save. Oh my, what a good save. Keeper did get a hand on it. A big left palm. Touched it onto the post. Hernan Galindez. Great stop. To keep his side in front. Long clearance again. It's met by Chris Richards. In the centre circle is Jordi Alcivar. Now Pedro Vite. Vite has a runner on the right hand side. Runner was Angelo Preciado. But Max Arfstan, he was working hard up and down this left hand side. Preciado is doing a lot of shuttles in this wing back position. Challenge from behind is looked like a good one from Tillman, but the referee doesn't agree. And Ecuador going to have a free kick in a dangerous position. Possible shooting range this time. 28 to 30 yards out, just right of centre. Challenge from behind. Probably is a foul in hindsight, seeing it back from Tillman. Foul was on Jordi Alcivar. See what Ecuador can cook up from this set piece. Alcivar's retrieved the ball himself. Enna Valencia, the goal scorer, is sniffing round. Estepinian will be the left-footed option for Ecuador. I fancy Estepinian might get the nod from here. Does suit the left-footer. Matt Freeze frantically erecting his wall. Valencia's left it, leaving it to Estepinian or Alcivar. Three-man wall. Right of centre, 25 yards out. Estepinian shoots. Never coming down in time. Ball sails 4 yards over the top of the crossbar. And it remains here. Just after half an hour gone. United States of America 0, Ecuador 1. Goalkeeper's taken short again. Tim Ream to the goalkeeper. Gets himself in a right pickle. Just about extricates himself. And the USA eventually go along, which might just be a better idea. Because Ecuador have it back. Headed clearance by Chris Richards. USA is still struggling to clear their lines. Ecuador win the ball. Little Maradona spin in the middle of the pitch. And suddenly it's broken for the US down the right-hand side. Through Tessman. Tessman has runners both ways. Gives the ball to Weah. Oh, it's great defending though. Really good defending. Weah on the wrong side of, I think it was Pedro Vite who got back to usher the ball out. Or a goal kick to Ecuador. Ball just bounced in the right direction there for US, and suddenly they were on the break. They had men forward. Timothy Weah ran the ball out for a goal kick. Ecuador not afraid to go along with the set pieces, which is something the US have been quite loath to do. Difference in strategy here. Chris Richards, who has come the closest for the US tonight. His 25th minute effort from a corner, tipped onto the post by Galindez. Matt Freeze has the ball back again, has to give it to Tim Ream. Arfstan is his option on the left-hand side. Arfstan has to clear right-footed and long. Balogun does well, good centre-forward play. Picked up by Aidan Morris. Weston McKennie joins in, this time on the left-hand side. Aidan Morris, looking for an option. The big switch is on right, he's gone short infield to Tessman. Tessman drops it off to Ream. To Richards, back to Ream. Just inside their own half, Aidan Morris now can attack for the US. Weston McKennie stayed out on this left-hand side. Infield to Tessman, back to Richards. The US just moving Ecuador around a little bit. Wide again, right-hand side is Miles Robinson. Robinson to Tessman. Aidan Morris. Ball wide is with Arfstan. Morris might swing across in. Chance maybe for the US to get a shot in. McKennie tries to spin. It's going to break to Tillman. Couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. Good challenge on Tessman. Ecuador can break, and it's Yeboah. Break comes to nothing. US have it back. USA wanted a free kick there in the edge box. I don't think it was one. 2 or 3 half chances to get a shot off there for the US, not taken. Tim Ream, wide to Aidan Morris. Back to Chris Richards. Good pressure again from Ecuador, but too much that time. Foul, free kick. Free kick is quickly taken, although Estepinian has stayed down. referee stopped the game. US wanted that quick free kick to be allowed to continue, but Estepinian stayed down. US is not particularly happy with that decision. Estepinian is holding his left ankle. Slipped. The pitch is cutting up a little bit, actually. Now, we've seen a few players sort of lost their footing as they've hit the turf. You can see sort of little divots, little bits of grass that's dug up in various places. And Estepinian is actually going to get some treatment here on that left ankle. Argentina and Venezuela has just gone to half-time in that friendly. Argentina lead Venezuela by a 0-0. And Canada, one of the co-hosts for next year's World Cup, are behind with about 20 minutes left in their friendly to Australia. Canada 0, Australia 1. There are some World Cup qualifiers going on this evening. North and Central American region. El Salvador and Panama are just underway. That one is goalless in the early stages. Bakasese just down in front of us, having a prolonged chat with Pedro Vitas, central midfielder. Estepinian is back to his feet. He's just made his way off the field on the far side. He's taking his boot off, his luminous green boot. He's going to get a little bit of strapping on that ankle. He's got all sorts of paraphernalia on there. Cut socks, grip socks, little bandage on his left ankle. Now something else is going on as support too. We are back underway. Aidan Morris slides the ball down the left-hand channel to Weston McKennie. McKennie does well to keep possession. Oh, great save! Great save from the goalkeeper. A low cross came in. It didn't look like it was going to amount to absolutely anything until Joel Adonias has swung a right foot at it and then he put the ball in his own net. At which point Galindez has made a splendid diving save, fingertip save with his left hand. USA were nearly gifted an equaliser there. I think it was Pedro Vite actually got the final touch that forced Galindez into that drastic action. Cross came in from Afghanistan. Last touch was off a US player. It's going to be a goal kick to Ecuador. Foul over on the far side by Paez. The Ecuadorian number 10 not being involved too much so far this evening. Free kick to US is sent forward by Reem to Balogun. Balogun again has the pace, but this time has gone a little bit too early. Flag has gone up on the far side. Balogun is offside, shakes his head. Doesn't need to go that early, Balogun. He's shown a couple of times. I've seen a replay of it. Tried to bend his run. In fact, Balogun never got back onside. He's got to do better than that, because he will burn off those Ecuadorian defenders. He's proven that already. Ball is at the feet of William Pacho, who looks for the big diag. Swings it out with the left-hand side. Preciado does well. Retains possession for Yeboah. Down the channel for Valencia. Valencia was offside. Did get the wrong side to Chris Richards. Chris Richards recovered that time. Valencia's turn to go too early that time. Flag is up at the other end. Free kick to the USA. Quickly taken over halfway is Tanner Tessman. Tessman has Robinson for company. Robinson digs a cross out towards the edge of the box. McKennie helps it on towards Arfstad. Arfstad into the penalty area. It's going to drop, but the flag's gone up. Tillman it was. He's in an offside position this time. 3 offsides in incredibly quick succession. Good move that from the US. Quick attacking play. Tanner Tessman really drives when he gets the opportunity from that central midfield position. Free kick will be taken by the goalkeeper, as we have round about 5 minutes to go here till half time. USA 0, Ecuador 1, 23rd minute strike from Enner Valencia. Right-footed shot from the edge of the penalty area. Foul on the far side, and it's going to be another yellow card. This time it will go to Miles Robinson. Foul is on Kendry Payet. Challenge again, just from the wrong side of the ball for Robinson. Second yellow card. That's 2 of the back 3 for the US in the book. Chris Richards was first in. Miles Robinson joins him. Just have to be careful, those boys. Payet has stayed down. Helped to his feet by Enner Valencia. I assume we'll see a raft of substitutions in the second half anyway, as international friendlies tend to be plagued with. "13 substitutes named by the US tonight, only 11 for the visitors. And Estepinian here, who did have that earlier problem, we saw him getting his left ankle strapped back up. Looks like his race might be run. This is one of the awful things for teams in the international break. Playing a friendly on a pitch that doesn't really look cut out for it. It is cutting up quite badly. And Purvis Estepinian has stayed down. And Ecuador might be forced into the first change of the night here. Estepinian, ex-Premier League with Brighton and Hove Albion, of course, now playing for AC Milan in Syria. Estepinian has made his way off on the far side. He's applauding the Ecuadorian fans as he limps his way back round. The substitution for Ecuador is going to be the number 24, Yame Abel Medina Ortiz. First change of the night then is an enforced one. It's going to be at left back for Ecuador. Substitution hasn't been made yet. Game is back underway. Ecuador head clear towards Tessman. Tessman plays the ball out to Robinson. His intended pass for Weah is intercepted by Paez. Paez plays the ball forward to Yeboah. Yeboah tries a little trick on Richards. Richards wasn't buying it, wins the ball back. US can break from the back. Richards gives it to Aidan Morris. Aidan Morris comes in field, goes to the left hand side to Malik Tillman. Weston McKennie has come deep, this time on the right hand side. Robinson is in advance of him. Back to McKennie. Tessman is square. Tessman goes further left to Aidan Morris. Infield to Tessman, back to Ream, back to Richards. Good pressure from Yeboah and Enner Valencia for Ecuador. Ball is in the centre circle. Final minute of the 45 for the US to find an equaliser here. And they're going to get a free kick, which to do so, but they're going to take it quickly or not, because the referee is now going to allow Ecuador to make that change. Ecuador back up to full complement with the introduction of Medina Ortiz, replacing the unfortunate Purvis Estepinian. Timothy Weah has the ball on the far side, comes inside, might get a shot off Weah. Oh, the goalkeeper was scrabbling to his right hand side. A little deflection on that. That ball travelled agonisingly slowly past the right hand post. Nice little 1-2 between Weah and Tillman. Shot from Weah was deflected and dribbled past the right-hand post for another corner kick in stoppage time to the USA. Malik Tillman again from the left-hand side, right-footed in swinger, edge of the 6-yard box, is headed away up in the air by Alcivar for another corner. USA just applying a little bit of pressure here as we approach half-time. Final minute of the 45. Another corner for the USA. Referee again having a word with a couple of players in the melee in the 6-yard box. Pius again. Chris Richards is involved. A little bit of a mismatch, that one. Corner kick is eventually taken towards the back post this time, and the keeper gets up well. Does Hernan Galindez. He's had a good half. Made 2 excellent saves. The one from Chris Richards was outstanding, and then had to be alert to turn away one from one of his own players, which nearly flew into the top corner. Not for the first time, his right-footed clearance, though, was all the way through to the other end. We get really contrasting styles here. USA trying to play out and can't. Ecuador are going long, and it does not benefit them either because they just keep surrendering possession. Someone really should find a happy medium. US attacking on the right-hand side. That's got to be a foul. I'm going to play a little advantage to Weah. Weah's cross is blocked at the near post by Ecuador, who then get a lucky ricochet. Ball is out for a goal kick. And that very well might be the last action of this first half. Into stoppages here. Goal kick is going to be taken long. Again by Galindez up the left-hand channel. Unchallenged, it's taken down by Robinson. Robinson plays it down the line again. Weston McKennie is Pacho for company. Inside to Weah. Pius does really well. Wins a free kick for his team. Good industry there by the Ecuadorian midfielder. Foul was by Tanner Tessman. Left wrist bandaged up on the US number 4. Galindez comes out of his goal to take this free kick. We've played 47 minutes now. Galindez up into the sky. Header is won by Tim Ream. Brought down by McKennie. McKennie's put Balogun in. Balogun now, can he run away from the defenders? Balogun with a chance. Turns inside, shooting opportunity. He's delayed his shot. Played back to the edge of the penalty area, and it's passed wide of the goal. Huge chance for US. It was Aidan Morris who got the shot off. Balogun should probably have done better first time. That's been the US's best weapon. Balogun's pace. He's got to pull the trigger first time. He's cut back, and that's just allowed the Ecuadorian defenders to get between him and the goal. Had the presence of mind to play it into Aidan Morris. Aidan Morris's shot went a couple of yards wide of the left-hand post. Big chance right on half-time for the USA to level things up here. And that will be the last action of the first half. Referee blows his whistle. It's been a good game here, end to end. Chances for both teams, but only one goal. That goal coming in the 23rd minute. John Yeboah played a through ball to Enner Valencia. Enner Valencia outsmarted Chris Richards, and from 16 yards out, his low right-footed shot nestled in the bottom left-hand corner of Matt Freeze's goal. Chris Richards came close to an immediate equaliser when he hit the post from a corner. Balogun got on the wrong side of the Ecuadorian defence a couple of times. Probably should have done better. More goals in this in the second half, I reckon. Join us for full second half commentary from the Q2 in Austin, Texas, where the halftime score is the USA 0, Ecuador 1.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Q2 Stadium in Austin, Texas. We are just about ready here to give you full second half commentary of this international friendly between the USA and Ecuador. Ecuador lead 1-0 at half time. The 23rd minute strike from Eder Valencia is the difference in this one. We are just underway. Ecuador kicking from right to left as we look in yellow tops, white shorts, white socks. USA all in dark blue with red trim. We have had a couple of changes here at half time, as expected. I'll bring you those changes in a moment as the US come forward through Weston McKennie. Ball is played down the left-hand side but intercepted by the number 6 for Ecuador, who is William Pacho. Substitute on the ball now, one of them, with Nilson Angulo. Plays the ball forward towards Valencia. Tim Ream heads the ball back to his goalkeeper, who had to hurry just to get there before Yeboah. Tillman plays the ball wide right to Morris. Number 20, Nilson Angulo, is one of the subs who is on for Ecuador. Number 11, Kelvin Rodriguez, is the second. That is 3 changes made, by the way, for Ecuador. If you remember, Estepinian was replaced in the first half by Medina Ortiz. Kendry Paez has gone off. Ecuador have a free kick midway inside the US half. Over on the right hand side to be taken by Dodi Alcivar. One 1-0 Ecuador lead. It was a good open game. Chances of both ends. USA will think of themselves unlucky not to be level, but can break now with Balogun, who dances away from an Ecuadorian defender, and it's 3-on-3 here. Balogun does well. Over on the left hand side, towards the edge of the penalty area, is Arfstan. Arfstan turned away. Good defending was by Alan Franco. Ball is with Weston McKennie. Tosses it up towards the back post. Tessman gets the header. It is cleared by Pedro Vite for Ecuador, who come forward on the right hand side, and the first chance for Kelvin Rodriguez to run at his man. Rodriguez is inside the penalty area. Low cross is cleared by Chris Richards, for the US. Second half has started as the first finished. It's wide open, end-to-end stuff. Down the left-hand side now come the USA. Arfstan. Has Tillman for company. Tillman comes back inside to McKennie. McKennie plays the ball down the channel. Half standard carried on his run. But Joel Ordóñez comes across. Clears for Ecuador. Ball is still on the left hand side with half stand for the US. Comes infield. Tessman with a chance at the edge of the box. Half cleared by the US. Down the channel now is Weir. Balogun shot. Oh, it's headed up in the air. Almost off the line by the Ecuadorian defender. Ecuador can bring it clear now with Angulo. Angulo does well. Gets away from Tessman. Tessman gets back at him and Tessman fouls Angulo. USA players pointing towards one of their own who was down. On the edge of the penalty area. Looks like Weston McKennie went down in that challenge with William Pacho. Free kick is taken by Ecuador. We are back underway. And it is Pacho who gives it to Ordóñez, who goes wide right to Alan Franco. Franco turns back inside, then goes up the line to Rodriguez. Rodriguez wins a throw-in off Tillman. Throw-in is taken by Franco to the feet of Rodriguez. Valencia picks the ball up. Wins another throw-in for Ecuador, who were making a little bit of progress up that right-hand side. Seen a few replays of Pacho's challenge on Tillman on the edge of the box. It was just a coming together. I think it was outside the penalty area anyway. Cleared high by Chris Richards. Tillman does well there. Good feet. Up to Balogun, and that'll be a foul. Ordóñez was just caught the wrong side of Max Aftersan. Free kick is taken quickly. Aidan Morris goes back to Richards. Richards to Tim Ream. Half stand. In the centre circle with Aidan Morris. This time goes to the right hand side and Tanner Tessman. Tessman returns it to Richards. The USA just keeping a little bit of possession. Miles Robinson. Tim Weir tries to get the ball down the right hand side and Tessman's made the most of that. Tessman with a low cross to the near post where Balogun gets across. Can't direct his shot on target. It is out for a goal kick to Ecuador. It's a poor decision over on this side by, I think it was Medina Ortiz, who decided to come in field. Had the ball taken off him by Tanner Tessman. His cross was put behind by following Balogun. Ball is cleared long by the Ecuadorian keeper. Header won by Reed. Tillman tidies up in the middle of the pitch. Retains possession for Robinson. Weir was an option short. Chris Richards. Richards to Tillman. Back to Robinson. Possession from the US. Weston McKennie's come short. McKennie drops it off to half stand. And now the US will go long, and the technique was all wrong on that pass. Tanner Tessman it was who overhit the ball all the way through. to the Ecuador goalkeeper, Hernan Galindez. We've played 9 minutes of the second half here in Austin, Texas. Ecuador lead 1-0. Enner Valencia's 23rd minute strike, the difference between the two teams. Ball is won back by Pedro Vite. Comes out to the left hand side towards Nilson Angulo. Challenged by Robinson. Throw in right on the halfway line to the visitors. Alan Franco edging his way up the line. Ball back with the Ecuador goalkeeper. And now out on the left hand side with Angulo. Angulo tries a little trick in the middle of the pitch, doesn't quite come off. Tillman tries to take on Ordóñez. It's back with Robinson. Bit of a scrappy passage of play. Foul this time is committed by Angulo on Aiden Davis. And the Middlesbrough man, ball back in play quickly towards Tanner Tessman. Tessman drops it off. To Tillman. Tim Ream gives it back to Richards in the centre circle with Miles Robinson up towards the feet of Tillman. That's a little heavy touch. In fact, it was Weston McKennie got away with it, maintains possession. McKennie's back on the ball now in the centre circle, looks for, I have no idea who he looked for, because the ball on 2 bounces went all the way through to the Ecuador goalkeeper Galindez. That wasn't very good. Ordóñez comes forward, plays a right-footed ball into USA territory, which is just hacked out to play by Tim Ream for a throw into Ecuador. Sebastian Becasese down on his haunches in the technical area. Throw-in will be taken by Alan Franco. Franco infield to Kelvin Rodriguez. Pacho with a left-footed ball down the channel. Rodriguez makes the run but is offside. In fact, it was Nilson Angulo who was caught by the assistant over on the right-hand side. Free kick to the USMNT. Not much goal-mouth action to tell you about so far in the second half. Ecuador win the ball back in an advanced position. Down the right-hand side goes Rodriguez. Does well there, stops, pulls the ball back to Franco. Franco looks to deliver the cross. That was blocked by McKennie. Preciado leaves it to Franco. Ecuador coming in field, going backwards. Ordóñez to Pacho. Pacho. Rodriguez steps over the ball. Now then played forward. Little back heel by Preciado on the far side. Keeps it alive for Ecuador. Time and space for Jordi Alcivar. Alcivar considered the shot from distance. Goes back to Pacho. kept alive by Ecuador again. This is a little bit better from the South Americans. Alan Franco wide to Rodriguez. Back in field again to Pacho. Medina Ortiz in advanced position on the left-hand side. Ecuador moving this around well. Alcivar. Now the cross is delivered. And Yeboah has gone down in the penalty area. Looks pleadingly at the referee. In fact, it's Ena Valencia who's gone down. Just trying to explain to the referee why he's on his backside. But the referee is not buying it. We're going to see a couple of substitutions here for the US. I can see Diego Luna. You can't miss Diego Luna. Huge shock of bleach blonde hair. He's getting prepared to come on. And it looks like Alex Freeman is going to be the other one. I am expecting a ton of changes in the second half. Corner kick to Ecuador. On the left-hand side, it's going to be a right-footed in-swinging kick. Comes in now towards the near post. Cleared by the USA. And Ecuador forced all the way back to their goalkeeper. Long ball forward. Defenders caught underneath the ball by Kelvin Rodriguez. Angulo, however, is adjudged to have fouled Miles Robinson. Free kick on the edge of their own penalty area for the USA. Just past the hour mark here in the Q2. USA 0, Ecuador 1. Ena Valencia's goal, the difference as it stands. USA over the halfway line with Arfstan into the feet of Tillman. And again, right hand side, Robinson finds this time it is Weir. Weir's got Tillman down the right hand channel. Tillman's everywhere at the moment. Good feet from Tillman. Wanted a foul, didn't get one. Ecuador can bring it away with Valencia. Valencia having a little run at a couple of men. Challenge is made by Aidan Morris. Valencia stayed down. Referees played on. And the US are going to play on and leave Valencia where he sits on the turf. Morris over halfway to McKennie. Arfstan tries to make inroads down the left hand side. That's good defending. Angelo Preciado back there helping out. Wins the challenge. Couple of substitutions now, the two that we talked about. Weston McKennie is going to be one, and Miles Robinson is going to be the second. The other two we're going to replace by the number 7 Diego Luna and the number 16 Alex Freeman. Alex Freeman at Orlando City, making his 10th appearance tonight. Diego Luna making his 15th start, 3 goals for the midfield man from Real Salt Lake. And Luna gets a first touch here. Exchanges passes with Tim Ream. Aidan Morris, good pressure again from Ecuador, sending the US all the way back into their own half. And Alex Freeman with his first touch makes a little mistake there, nearly loses possession. Half stand as well to keep the ball for the US. Tanner Tessman Heavy touch from Morris. Gets away from one. Diego Luna tidies it up, gives it wide to Tim Ream. Tim Ream is over halfway. Has a couple of options. Half stand is wide left into Luna. Luna knits it together well. Infield towards Tessman. Intercepted by Ecuador, who can break here. Not many options though. Good challenge. This time Alex Freeman wins the ball back. USA on the attack again. Diego Luna. Tim Ream. Luna now can turn and look forward. Drops it off to Morris. Good turn by Tessman. Options left and right. Goes to Arfstan. Arfstan's cross is cleared at the near post by Ecuador. Hook the ball away. Out for the throw-in on the left-hand side. Taken quickly by Tessman. Tessman has Arfstan on the left-hand side, hugging that touchline. Still lacking a real cutting edge here, the US. Freeman. His ball is slidden in and intercepted by Ecuador, who can make the way forward with Valencia. Ball was drilled into him by Angulo. Valencia couldn't get it under control. Diego Luna, right foot, switches the play. Was looking for Weah on the right hand side. Good defending. By the left back, Medina Ortiz. Foul in the middle of the pitch this time by Enna Valencia. Just left a little bit on. Aidan Morris. Underway quickly. Weah down the right hand side. Turns, has to give it to Freeman. Freeman to Tessman. Square to Aidan Morris. A lot of possession, but not really finding a way through these Ecuadorian lines. So far, the US. Morris into the feet of Tessman, back to Richards. You can see why Ecuador are tough out and were so in that qualifying section. Chris Richards to the feet of Luna. Luna's been content really just to go backwards every time he's had the ball so far. Malik Tillman has come deep to try and get something going for the US. His ball down the right hand channel. It's picked off by Ecuador. Last touch is off Tim Weah. Ecuador will have a throw in down right in front of their own technical area, down in front of us. Medina Ortiz goes up the left hand side. Weah has it back. Weah with the ball forward towards Tillman. Good defending from Pacho. Really experienced defender, William Pacho. Throw in infield to Freeman. Freeman has to go all the way back to Chris Richards. The Crystal Palace man gives it to Aidan Morris. Right hand side, Tim Weah. Drops it off to Alex Freeman. Aidan Morris again. Freeman comes in field. He was trying to move the ball around. Tillman, Morris, Luna. Luna has Arfstan wide left, gives it to him. Arfstan comes in, swings across, and this time headed clear by Ecuador, only as far as Tim Weah on the right hand side. Tim Weah dances. Little 1-2 with Tillman, tries to give it back to Weah. Intercepted by Ecuador. Then a heavy touch is won back by the US. Weah to Tillman. Tillman going down that left hand side is challenged, and well challenged by Angulo. Weah wins it back. Tillman. Ball towards the edge of the box to Luna. Luna's going to shoot. And it's straight at the goalkeeper. Shot on target for the US from Diego Luna. Was never troubling Galindez. It's a little bit better from the US. Tillman and Weah causing problems there down the right hand side. US have it back. Ecuador slightly less adventure in this second half. Now they have the lead. Sitting a little bit deeper. Ball is slid down the channel. Where William Pacho comes across. Guides the ball out for Ecuador. Alex Freeman it was. He was trying to keep the ball in play. Pacho was a little bit too wise for that. As we approach the 70-minute mark here. Second half's kind of getting away from the USA. Not much has happened, and we're into the last 20. More changes being made. Looks like both teams have activity on the bench. Well, we're going to see a ton of changes for the US actually. See at least 3. Getting ready. Ecuador come forward. Aidan Morris though does well, wins the ball back for the US. Goes wide for Luna. Slide and challenge. But Luna's retained possession for the US. Bit of a loose ball is rescued by Tim Ream. And he goes wide to Weir. Weir steps in field. Now then, what's Weir got? Goes for the little 1-2 with Tillman. Weir's got it back. Weir shoots left-footed high over the crossbar. Better play that time from Tim Weir. Did a little 1-2 with Balogun. Left-footed shot was always rising. And has gone into the crowd behind that goal away to our right-hand side. Let's see if we make these changes now or at the next break in play. Will be the next break in play as Ecuador have got the game underway, giving away possession. Chance now then, edge of the box, Tillman square, it's off the post and it is gone in, and the US are level, and it is following Balogun who's got the goal. Ecuador have given the ball away from a goal kick. Terrible bit of play from Pacho. Played the ball to Tillman. And from then on, 3 touches later, from close range, following Balogun, the Monaco man, has finished from close range, in off the post. In the 71st minute, the USA have their equaliser. Following Balogun has made it USA 1, Ecuador 1. Tessman played in Tillman. Tillman square to Balogun. The ball almost hit him rather than him knowing an awful lot about it. He was where all good strikers are. There's a VAR tonight because Tillman looked a mile off side when that ball was played through to him. Whether we'll have another look at that or not, I do not know. Good run to the near post. Yeah, Balogun's done well there. Just angled his left foot onto the ball, got enough on it. Hit the post. And has gone in. USA 1, Ecuador 1. 20 minutes left here at the Q2. No VAR check. Goal stands. All square. Can we get a winner? Substitutions being readied by both teams. And see Juan Ricardo down there, ready for Ecuador to come on. Pacho, rare mistake from Pacho, gave the ball away. Ecuador now on the attack again, shoots from distance. Comfortable save for Matt Freeze. That's the first time really Freeze has been called into action this entire second half. As the US try to come forward, good tackle on this side. And all of a sudden Ecuador on the attack with Angulo. Angulo's cross is headed away at the near post by Tanner Tessman. Out for a corner kick to Ecuador. Seeing a replay of that. I genuinely don't know if we have VAR in action tonight or not. I've seen a replay. To the naked eye, Tillman looks ever so slightly offside, but we don't know. Substitutions here. And Valencia, the goal scorer, has gone off for Ecuador, and he's going to be replaced by the number 16, Leonardo Campagna. Corner comes in towards the near post, headed up in the air. Challenge is made by Kelvin Rodriguez. It was a clumsy challenge. I think he'd made his mind up about 10 yards out that he was going to foul somebody. And duly completed his mission, gives a free kick to the US. So Valencia off, Campagna on. As we enter the last 15 minutes here in Houston. Diego Luna in possession. Heavy pass back to Chris Richards. Alex Freeman on the right-hand side to Tillman. Tillman wanted to play advantage. The referee has given the US a free kick. Christian Pulisic is on for the US. Been a couple of substitutions from the home team. I'm not entirely sure who the others were. And we'll get them to you ASAP. Number 6, Christian Roldan, is definitely one of them, as is Pulisic. Aidan Morris has got off. As Ecuador come forward in a central position with Campagna. Back to Pacho. Pacho looking for options forward, doesn't have any. Has to go to Ordóñez, and Ordóñez has to go back to his goalkeeper. I think on the balance, USA just about deserve to be level here. Ecuador come forward down the left-hand side. Cross comes into the far post. Keeper does well. Keeper does really well there. To come out and claim that cross for the US. Who are back on the attack. Weston McKennie is the other man who's gone off for the US. Throw in on the right hand side for the US is taken infield to Richards, who gives the ball to Tillman. Malik Tillman seen a lot of possession tonight, played well. Richards. Ball down the left hand channel. It was a good looking ball towards Roldan. Defender read it well. Franco knocked it back to his goalkeeper. He could only clear long. Possession is immediately won back by the US. Chris Richards. Roldan to Luna. Tries to turn it round the corner. Ecuador have it back, but not for long. Caught in possession. Alex Freeman plays the ball infield to Tessman. Tessman has a good ball. Poor touch by Tillman this time. Good feet from Pacho. Under pressure in the middle of the pitch is Jordi Alcivar. Alcivar does well, but Ordóñez can only clear long right-footed. And the ball is headed out over on the far side for a throw into Ecuador. Ecuador not too keen on going forwards at the moment, just settled into a pattern of holding. Heavy touch on this side, gets away with it. Just the number 24, Medina Ortiz. For Ecuador, they have a throw-in on halfway. Bekasese is barking out instructions, trying to just get a little bit more out of his team here in the last 15 or so. US are making or preparing another substitution down below us. Cleared by Franco. Well won by Chris Richards, but picked up in the middle of the pitch by Alcivar. Now then, chance down the right-hand side for Ecuador. Cross comes in. Header! It's not a bad one from Campagna, but fairly straightforward for the goalkeeper, Matt Fries. Clears high and right-footed. And straight down the throat of William Pacho. That is meat and drink for the big PSG man. Free kick is won. In the middle of the pitch by Campagna. Foul was by Christian Roldan. Substitution is going to be made by the US, and it's the goal scorer, Florian Balogun, number 20, who's going to be replaced by the Coventry City man, the number 19, Haji Wright. 8 goals in 9 games for the Sky Blues in the English Championship so far this season. Doing very well, Coventry. Haji Wright, one of the main reasons why he'll be looking to get himself the winning goal here tonight. Tessman is under pressure, but he's fouled. Kelvin Rodriguez and Angulo both pressuring. And Angulo with the bleach blonde hair fouls Tanner Tessman. Free kick to the States. Taken quickly by Freeman. Freeman steps inside Angulo. Has to drop the ball off to Richards. US trying to come up the right hand side. And now it's a chance for the US edge of the box. Luna was the intended target. Couldn't get on the end of that. Cleared by Ecuador. Campagna does well. Campagna finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez is well marshalled this time by Max Alston. US come forward inside the left-hand channel. And it was a chance for Haji Wright to maybe get a shot off. But William Pacho got across. Put the ball out for a corner kick. Corner kick on the right hand side, just taking an in swinger. Keeper comes to the edge of his 6-yard box. Does well again, the goalkeeper. Relieves the pressure on his teammates. Will clear right footed. Looking for Angulo. Roldan does okay. Gets the ball away up the right hand side, and there's a foul there. And it's going to be a yellow card for the Ecuadorian number 24. Medina Ortiz goes into the book. It's Medina Ortiz who replaced Estepinian when he was injured at the end of that first half. And he's gone into the book there for a foul on Alex Freeman. We're back underway. Freeman is in possession. Up the right hand side, looking for the run of Haji Wright. Ball's gone straight out of play for a throw to Ecuador. Throws taken up the touchline towards Angulo, headed out by Freeman. Ecuador make 25 or 30 yards on that. Campagna. Here's the ball infield, but it's all the way back to the Ecuador goalkeeper. US trying to come forward through Pulisic. Pulisic looks for Haji Wright. Good defending by Ordonez. Through in to the US on the far side. 5 minutes to go here. Diego Luna trying to direct traffic. Square ball to Mark McKenzie on the far side. Half stand. Back to Diego Luna. Substitute McKenzie. Chris Richards. To Tessman. US just trying to work some angles here. Ecuador disciplined. Tessman again. Looks for Haji Wright. Haji Wright gets up, heads the ball down towards Tillman. Tillman is well challenged there by Medina Ortiz. Ball is all the way back with his goalkeeper. Here now, Galindez. Galindez clears long. Header is won by McKenzie. But now Ecuador can come forward. And the edge of the box. That's poor from Kelvin Rodriguez. Had options both ways. Ran straight down the blind alley. Surrenders possession. Tillman can bring it forward for the States. And that's good from Freeman. Freeman's got time and space to run into. Haji Wright's made a run down the right-hand channel. Ball has gone all the way over on the far side to Arfstan. Arfstan down the line towards Pulisic. Pulisic tries to drop the shoulder. Diego Luna swaps passes with Arfstan. Infield to Chris Richards. Just lost some of the impetus in this attack. Freeman. Ecuador back in 3. Clear banks. Diego Luna into the feet of Wright. Wright turns. Good defending by the midfielder there for Ecuador, who wins the free kick. It's Pedro Vite, who's done a lot of the ugly stuff in the middle of the pitch there for Ecuador tonight. He got in front of Haji Wright and won the free kick for his team. 3 minutes to go here at the Q2 in Austin, Texas. USA 1, Ecuador 1. Goal in each half. Enna Valencia for the visitors on 23. Equaliser from Following Balogun on 71 for the USA. Time is running out to find a winner. Over on the far side, Pulisic drops the ball off to McKenzie. McKenzie goes up the line. USA come in field now, and here's a little chance for Haji Wright. Haji Wright's in the penalty area. Haji Wright's going to shoot. Keeper makes the save. There was bodies in front of him. A little touch of anybody there. I think might have just taken that past Galindez. Haji Wright did well. Stepped inside William Pacho. Shot was straight at the goalkeeper. USA look most likely at this point. Pulisic to Luna. Tillman. Pacho steps in. And as Pacho steps in, Malik Tillman was in with a tackle. In fact, it was Medina Ortiz with the challenge. Fouled by the number 17 for the USA. Free kick to Ecuador. We're going to make another change. Daniel Castillo is the man who's going to come on, wearing number 19. He will be the next change for Ecuador. But not until the next break in play, as William Pacho has been yellow carded for time wasting. The benefit of that to him escapes me completely. Free kick is eventually taken. Breaks now to Ecuador, 30 yards from goal. Rodriguez down the right hand side, cross comes in. It's going to go all the way through. Angulo was sniffing around. Tillman got back but had to put the ball out for a corner kick to Ecuador. Chance for the visitors to sneak a winner. That substitution will now be made. Jordi Alcivar is the man who's going to be replaced by the number 19, Daniel Castillo. As the clock ticks past 90 minutes. See what the fourth official is deemed worthy of adding on here. We're going to have a corner kick for Ecuador. It's going to be a left-footed outswinger taken by Leonardo Campagna. Referee just sorting out the crowd scene on the penalty spot. Campagna with a left foot. Cross comes in. It's headed goalwards. But no danger there to the US. We break away quickly down the right-hand side with Alex Freeman. Freeman in field to Tillman. Tillman looks up, spots a good ball wide, does well. Pulisic plays it forward to Haji Wright. Haji Wright inside the penalty area. Haji Wright's held up by Ordóñez. Retains possession. Back to Arfstan. Pulisic goes past one, goes past the second. Really good defending. Great defending. As Pulisic had the scent of glory in his nostrils. Was marshalled out of play by Angelo Preciado, who gets a hug from his goalkeeper there for his endeavours. Ball is out for a goal kick to Ecuador. 3 minutes was the added on time. And we have played round about half of that. So 90 seconds left. Will history put a saint in today for the USA or Ecuador? Right-footed clearance is met by Chris Richards. Mark McKenzie helps it forward. Ecuador have it back, not for long. Tanner Tessman finds a good pass. Rodman outside, right-hand side. Freeman finds Tessman, finds Diego Luna. Luna, little step over, comes inside to Roldan. Roldan down the channel, chance for the USA. They're in the penalty area. Cuts back on his right foot, goes wide again. Wolfstan. Halfstand with the cross, stands it up to the back post. Too much on it, but Medina Ortiz can only help it out to the right-hand side where it's going to be a throw-in. And a one last chance for the USA to put some pressure on here. Long throw is going to be taken by Tillman. Malik Tillman has exchanged one ball for a drier one by the looks. And this is the game here. Tillman with a long throw in. Headed clear. Good defending by Ecuador. And that is that. The referee has seen enough. And it's going to finish 1-1. A warm embrace down in front of the tunnel by the two Argentine coaches, Mauricio Pochettino and Sebastian Becasese. It is finished here in Austin, Texas. USA 1, Ecuador 1. Goal in each half. Ena Valencia on 23 minutes. Equaliser came on 71 from Folarin Balogun. I'd say the result was just about fair. Good game. Both teams had their moments. Neither team deserved